Hi everyone, I'm doing a pick a card reading today. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. This is just a general message for you guys. What your guardian angels have to say in the time that you're watching this video. Alright, see you at your pile. Hi pile number 1. So when I receive the beloved one card, and anytime I see Shamuel, I think about soulmates. And this card specifically says, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. And I see a repetition here with the divine doorway. What's interesting with the divine doorway, though, is that the reflection of this person are lotus flowers. And I always associate the lotus flower with the self-improvement theme, right? And so it's about looking in the reflection of yourself, and as you improve on who you are and your passions and dreams, that naturally brings you closer to your divine partner. I'm feeling here that your guardian angels want to emphasize that you are safe and you are protected, and so is your divine partner. And there is also an emphasis around familial relationships. So if you have a concern about people who are close to you and any sort of energetic protection or prayers that you're sending to them, that is being acknowledged here with this card in particular. And there's a feeling here of the necessity to be more balanced. Now, I don't actually feel that you're that imbalanced. It might be a perception that you have of yourself, that there is some things that need adjustments. I mean, technically we're all always looking to attain equilibrium in our lives and in the way that we present ourselves with the femininity and the masculinity and all of that. But in truth, I think what your guardian angels are trying to tell you is that when you look at the bigger picture, you are in a balanced state. You are okay. It's just about you being able to perceive that, because if this has not happened already, it's going to be happening very soon. There's going to be either like an intense lucid dream or a vision or some spiritual event, like an intense spiritual event that, again, if I say this and you don't have a specific moment that you are immediately drawn to, then you have not experienced it yet, and it's going to be happening soon, like within the next several months. And they are saying that this is where you're going to feel that perceived imbalance, because what it's doing is it's going to shock you to the point where you're going to be like, what was that? Like, am I crazy? Like, did that really just happen? Did I really just perceive that? Like, what is reality? Like, it's gonna really throw you off course, or just like pull you outside of yourself just for a moment, and then even just like trying to adjust to that new information. It's kind of like, it's like when you receive information, right? It's like once you know, you can't unknow it. And so what you do with that information, and then that logical part of you is trying to reject it because it doesn't align with the reality that you've experienced thus far. And so your guardian angels are saying pretty much just deal with it. Like, you're fine. And you're doing a really good job. Like, they feel like you're such an empowered and strong person. And again, it's this strength of femininity. And so whether you're a male or female, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that the feminine aspect of you is so intensely fierce and powerful and it's the way that you're navigating your life is with grace. It's a lot of grace and dignity. And it's interesting because it's that fierceness and gracefulness. It's like a lioness, like when you see the way that they prowl, and it's just like intimidating but powerful and captivating and beautiful and primal. There's that feeling that I get of your energy in the way that this is occurring. But then it's kind of like this lioness, like you're the lioness, but then you still feel like a cub. And so you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Am I really doing this? Like, that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting here. It's almost a dissociation, right? It's like in your head, you're kind of questioning yourself and like stepping into this new role, stepping into these new shoes. But everyone around you sees you just as you present to be, right? You're presenting yourself in a different way, which is natural for you. And it's guided by your guardian angels and protected. Like the way you're going through it is very protected. It's almost like floating. That's why I see you like floating. And people are just like, yeah, that's normal. And you're just like, oh my gosh, am I actually floating right now? Is this possible? Like, it's like that kind of vibe that I'm getting here. And, you know, yeah, the cardinal, and I don't know if this is it kind of looks like a magnolia flower, like seed. I'm not sure. That's what it's reminding me of. And then I noticed on her chest the red and green. And they just keep showing me those colors and images, and then this swirl around the ring finger. And if it's just it's the bolts, they're connecting me to these bolts. And so what I feel here is that this empowerment, it's a self-empowerment. Like you really feeling like you are more well adjusted to this new role or this new way that people even see you and you see yourself, or just the reality, and like kind of adjusting to this vision that you had, is telling me that around winter time or December or Christmas time, the holidays, something like that, that's going to help, or that's not going to help anything. That's just around the time frame that you're going to feel more at ease and at peace with where this is all going. Something about your intuition very strongly here. It feels like you are... This is what I'm getting. It's like in the past, you were more of an observer when it comes to your intuition. It's like, I have this feeling and then it happens. I have this thought and then it happens. And that's almost the extent of it. Like maybe you'll do a couple things here and there about it, but ultimately you're just observing it happen. Well, now what I'm seeing is that you're facing your intuition head on, and it's this enmeshing of like feeling something and then going after it. It's like imprinting your thoughts or beliefs of whatever your intuition is telling you, and then as it's evolving and unfolding in the way that you felt, it's like people see that already. It's like, oh, they called it. They knew this was going to happen. Or this is even for yourself internally. Like if you write it down and you say to yourself, like, I know this is going to happen, or I feel this in me, or I feel this is what's going on. You're going to preemptively adjust the way that you interact with these people or whatever kind of situation it is, and it's in a way protecting yourself from these people or from these energies or from this situation that may not be in your best interest. And you can also look at it on the flip side, and it's going to actually be you. Honestly, the flip side is still the same thing, that you're protecting yourself from these lower energies. I don't see it in any other way. That's specifically what they're telling me, is that there's some people or something or some event. It doesn't really feel like a personal attack against you. Honestly, it just feels like a sketchy situation, or like something that really doesn't resonate with you. It doesn't even have to be something intense like that, but it could just be a situation that doesn't really resonate with you. They are going to be stepping away from early on. You're going to recognize later that that was not conducive to whatever your personal vision is for your life. Let's see. Anything else here? Yeah. There's some sort of ancient truths. That's what I'm getting, is this ancient truth about your soulmate, your spiritual soulmate relationship. Like, it could be some sort of truth that's coming to you, revealed to you from your guardian angels, or they could have some divine message come through another person about them. And that's what I feel is like something ancient. You're going to know something. That's the word that I'm getting, is ancient. There's also a word that has a V in it. V, like, not vertebrae, but it's like something like, maybe you'll receive something like a fossil, like fossilized. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's like it's fossilized. There's something there. There's something there that you're gonna get a message about, okay? And essentially, overall, okay, the biggest message that I get here is you're doing great. You're doing fine, okay? If you feel unbalanced, honestly, it's just the perception that you have. In reality, you are doing amazing. Like, you're actually underestimating how effortlessly you're pulling this off and how effortlessly you look doing it, okay? And to keep pursuing your inner truths, keep pursuing your vision, your inner vision, and the things that you want to do. Put yourself out there, put yourself in these new experiences that you feel drawn to do, because that's pushing you to feeling more at ease. That's what I feel, is like, sometimes that anxiety can be built from just your mind, right? Of like the what ifs, or just this energy built up of knowing you're going to have to take action eventually. So once you actually start moving towards it. What is that noise? Did you hear that? Then that's going to unleash the wild. Whatever noise that is, that's going to be your calling. You're going to be howling. So yeah, that's what I see for you guys, okay? Really, really just stay confident in who you are. They're leading you exactly where you were meant to be. This is all part of your chart, your pre-birth chart. That's what I see. This event that I talked about is meant to happen in the way that it is. There's not any sort of divine intervention occurring here. This is just them doing what they promised to do in your life, and you going through this exactly the way that you had planned. So that's what I see. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. I get this energy of situations or people working against you, and at this point you feeling like you don't want to face it. It almost feels like people have been intentionally trying to like harm you, whether this is just like with their negativity. I mean, I guess this could be physically, like you would know, right? You would know this already. Or like even financially harm you, or like in your workplace. It just feels like there are situations that you're surrounded by people or a person that doesn't have your best interest in mind, and you're aware of this, and there's some feeling of helplessness when it comes to the way that I'm feeling. It's like almost like you want to kind of resolve to the situation. It's like, well, it's sad. It feels like you're sad, honestly. It feels like you're sad. Now, it does seem as if you have been working towards something, okay? Like this kind of coincides, but it could also be separate. I'm not entirely sure. I guess it could be different for everyone here, but I'll say it as if, like how it comes to me, as if it's a separate message where you are working towards some sort of dream, something that you aspire to have in your life, like something in the material world. Like again, it could be work, or it could even be like a lively social life or something like that, right? And it's something that you've really been wanting for quite some time, and it's getting to the point where you're feeling very frustrated, or just it's this feeling of sadness and discounting the work that you've put in, because it feels like you're not really seeing the rewards of this. And yet here at the very end of the cards, we have Lady, which specifically says enjoy growth and reap rewards. And so it does seem as if you have to trust that the work that you put in, and the time that you put in, the energy that you put in, is actually going to pay off. It may not have unfolded in the way that you were expecting, and that's where this sadness or frustration is coming in. But it actually is going to happen for you. So you just have to have faith in that. It feels like, again, I mean, we have victory here as well. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. And so whatever it is that you've been wanting and that you've been trying to attain is actually happening. It's just happening below the surface, right? Like even with the apple orchard, like an apple tree, it takes, and beyond growing the seed, it's like when the apple trees are deciduous, right? So they lose their leaves, and one could look at that and perceive that tree as being over with, completely gone, dead and gone, and not regenerate again. And yet it comes back every spring and produces the most beautiful and delicious apples. And so just see yourself in the time of rest, in the time of you gathering strength, and also being able to release your fears and release your pain. Because the way that I'm seeing this is a very protective jaguar, and the jaguar is actually, the image I'm getting is that he's pulling this woman to turn around. It's like she is resigned to feeling like this volcano is going to get her, and then this jaguar, she sees a jaguar in the distance and realizes, okay, well, if the volcano doesn't get me, then the jaguar is. So I'm just going to completely turn away from it. And I'm stuck here at the water surface. It feels like you're stuck. But the jaguar is actually there to assist you, and is actually very compassionate, and is trying to spin you around, to turn you around, to show you, like, listen, look into my eyes. Like, I am not going to hurt you. I am here to rescue you. I'm here to save you. Like, get on my back. Let's go. Like, let's get away from this volcano. It's actually going to be okay. And so that's the biggest message that I see from your guardian angels, is like, trust that you are going to see your efforts start taking root. They are going to start showing some sort of growth here. You aren't I don't know, it just feels like you're not lost in the world. It's almost this feeling like you're lost, or this feeling of like feeling kind of aimless in a way. Like, it's like, I really want something and I'm really working towards this, and yet I'm not seeing the progress that I expected, or I'm not seeing the progress that I want. And yet your guardian angels are saying, but you are. You just don't see it yet. You don't see it right now. It's just, I keep being brought back to this side note of like people working against you. And this is whether they're doing it blatantly or not. And it's this other message that your guardian angels are saying, basically, don't really worry about it, because nothing's gonna come of it other than self-sabotage on their end. And I feel like you're not going to have this issue ever again, because the way that I'm seeing it is they're on the other side of this volcano. And so as this volcano spills over, it's actually creating a barrier between you and these energies, or you and these people. It's like they're not going to be able to reach you anymore, and you're not going to be able to even see them. So it's like living two different worlds, completely living two different worlds, where you don't interact, and you don't, like, you have a choice to think about them if you want to, but it's not like you can actually see them anymore, you know? Which is a good thing for you. That's something that you want. And it's this feeling of like who's gonna come with me? You know, it's like when this is split, when the volcano splits the land, who's gonna be on my side of this land? Like, who's gonna be here other than this jaguar? And it feels like it's like all of these, right? It's like the Trinity. Well, these are 4, so what's it beyond a Trinity? Quadruple? I don't know what that would be called though. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But the point is, it's like all of the forest creatures will be there. All of like everything that you want and everything that you'll need is gonna be there, right? I'm seeing a lot of water energy here. A lot of water energy. And it's this need to stabilize when it comes to that. Like counteracting the water energy with more ground energy, or like soil energy, like grounding yourself. So it's like, it's good to be in your emotions. It's good to connect with your feelings, but stabilize and stay firm. It's like kind of invoking more fierceness into the way that your personality. It's like, again, with the sadness here, it's like your guardian angels are saying, like, your feelings are temporary, right? They're always transient. Feelings are always transient. One day you can be very happy, the other day you can be sad, you know, and all the feelings in between, the normal fluctuations in between. And so there's this need from your guardian angels that they want you to stabilize more, right? Because this feeling of rest, like, they really want you to rest, and it almost feels as if you're looking for information. You're constantly looking for information to the point that it's going to confuse you. It's going to confuse you because you're not taking time to rest. You're not taking time to stabilize. You're not taking time to reflect, to really recognize kind of where you're at currently. Like, really getting grounded in reality of where you are currently. It's kind of like looking towards the future, over-analyzing your dreams or over-analyzing messages, right? Like, an example would be if you watch this video and then you go and watch another video right after this, you know, another pick a card reading, or you go and you know, just do something that is not really giving yourself time to meditate on the message that is in this reading, which you obviously felt drawn to watch it for a reason. So it's really connecting with that, connecting with the message. And kind of just leaving it at that, you know, not really, it's not ignoring necessarily, like, I guess I'm saying a couple things at once, but it's like, listen to the message, listen to it intently, but then don't try and, like, you know, like I said, like, go to another reading and then try and get more information about it. Like, this is what you need to hear, and let that impact you. Rest with that for a moment, and then if you want to watch another one, like, give yourself a limit of that, like once a week or once a day or whatever it is, so that it sticks and you can really hear them, right? So that's basically what I see for you guys. Again, your prayers have been heard and answered. Just have faith in that, because you will very soon be enjoying and reaping your rewards. Alright, bye guys. Hi, pile number 3. You know what's weird? I don't really know what's going on here with your reading. It feels like you're in a really strange situation, like a stuck situation, or you feel stuck. And it feels like I'm being guided to tell you to, like, talk to someone of authority, kind of like whatever situation that you're going through, whoever the authority figure would be in that. So, like, if this is, like, literally healing information for your medical like for your physical body, then go to a medical doctor. If this is something to do with, like, another person, where you could get some sort of spiritual leadership from, go to a trusted psychic and talk to them about the situation, right? If it's something to do with your personal spiritual growth, if there's a guru or a preacher or some sort of person that you could speak to about that, go to them. there's some sort of evolution that needs to happen here, and ultimately you do know what you're supposed to be doing here, right? You do know the answers to this, but it feels very confusing and chaotic in a way because there's a lot of different energies surrounding you. It feels like a lot of different things pulling at your energy and people pulling at your energy, which is kind of interesting here. It feels like they're also like something looming, I guess is the word that I'm getting here, something looming. And it's this feeling of like it's only threatening if you let it be threatening. It's only a problem if you let it be a problem. And it feels like this could easily be resolved if you go to the proper person, or like basically you go somewhere or talk to someone or do something that you know is going to resolve this. Like, again, it could be like something as simple as a mole that you have, and you know that you should be getting this mole checked out, and yet you keep putting it off. This is the message that your guardian angels are emphasizing here and telling me to emphasize. Is there's something very important here, and it could be some sort of internal system, right? Like in your body that you need to get checked out. And you know this, or this could be a message that you know about someone close to you that you need to talk to. Or again, you know, this could also be along the lines of spiritual attacks. Like if you actually feel like you're being spiritually attacked or targeted, the only reason I say that is because I see this figure right here, this hand, and how it's going towards this seer, and then it just kind of like, I don't know, it just transforms an image in my head of like protecting yourself against the evil eye, like protecting you against people who are working against you. Intentionally, like literally wanting harm on you, but you would know this, like you would feel this. Like this specific message for you, pile number 3, is something you already know. And I don't know why you're putting it off. It kind of like something very interesting here. I just saw like a swiveling of a head, and not to like be disturbing or something, but it's like someone like turning their head, and like looking in the back of their head, right? Like looking behind them. Like when I said that, so it's like you're always looking. And maybe that's why I was thinking of a mole on your back. It's like you're always watching your back about something or someone. And again, you know what you're supposed to do about this. And yet, why are you putting it off? Okay, your angels, they're even showing me how this is like the downfall of Rome, and they're basically saying like this can be avoided very easily. Whatever this is, you can avoid it very, very, very simply, which is by just acknowledging the truth, which is whatever's going on, which I think you have. You've just not been taking action about it, so you need to go take action now. Whatever it is, however this is relevant to you, you need to take action today so it doesn't become a bigger problem, because it is guaranteed that if you don't, then it will be an issue for you. That's what I see. I'm going to pull another card. I don't know from where. Should I pull a card? Okay, I'm not going to pull. Actually, let me grab a completely separate deck. I'm gonna get this one. And this specifically says, you know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Don't delay. Okay, one more. Guardian angels. Discernment. Follow your intuition, okay? Just do what you need to do. Bye, guys.